So this happened. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I broke two of my clubs on the driving range. Two clubs in the same range session, which was wild. First club that went was my 5-iron, and this was like right before my homie Kyle, aka the Duffer's Diary, was telling me I need to compress more. And I started trying to compress. I hit it a little fat, I'll admit. Then the club just goes flying off, right? It's like 20 yards down the driving range hitting area.
Yeah. Oh my God, did we just witness that? What was that? What iron head was that?
That was a 5-iron.
That went 20 yards. That's down both hills. I can't walk down there to get it.
A few moments later.
And then he has like 19 unfathered children. Oh my God!
What is happening?
No way!
Yeah, a little embarrassing. Thankfully, the driving range wasn't super packed. It was a little later in the day, so yeah, it was crazy. So, you know, went and got the club, put the 5-iron away, and proceeded to try to hit more balls. And then no more than like 10 minutes later, the pitching wedge goes. So 2 clubs, same range session. After that, I put my clubs up and I was like, I'm not hitting anymore because I was just scared of the rest of the club just flying off. So that's what happened. That happened about a week or 2 ago, and your boy has been down bad ever since. So, and I don't even think I've ever talked about this club setup and what I have in my bag. I know the last time I did a what's in the bag video was a long time ago when I first started out, but recently, I guess we'll talk about them now. Same club head, working with the P790s, 2021 P790s, and this company, UST Mamiya, shout out UST Mamiya, they reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to be an ambassador of, you know, their brand, and they were talking to me about their shafts because they're a shaft company, and I was intrigued. So they were telling me that they only do graphite shafts, and you know, my pre-notion was that I thought graphite shafts were more so geared towards the slower swing speeds and aka, you know, the older generation, the older people. And I was just like, yeah, my swing speed is pretty up there, and graphite shafts is not something that's gonna benefit me too well. And they were trying to educate me on how far the graphite era has come, and because, you know, I'm still pretty new to this game, so the things that I'm learning about golf I'm just kind of picking up here and there, watching YouTube videos, talking to friends, and a lot of stuff that you guys comment in the comment section below. So keep doing that. You guys are giving me a lot of knowledge, so I appreciate that. But yeah, man, you know, and I was just super skeptical about the whole graphite shafts. So I was intrigued. They convinced me. Obviously, they were going to send me out some brand new shafts for free just so I can test out. And then ended up, you know, just going on as a brand ambassador. I haven't really, be honest, I haven't really done too much with them since. But cool company. I do like their shafts though. These things are sweet. Like the black with the, you know, the matte finish and the subtle, you know, wording and logo plays that you can't really see them. It's kind of baked into it. So if you guys see right here, I bet you guys can't see it on the camera, but it says Dart right there. You know, it's all black, and then you have the UST Mamiya logo, and it shows you the type of shaft it is, which is the concept shaft, and the weight, which is a 120 gram shaft. And I believe this is an X stiff or a stiff. I'm not 100% sure. I'm almost positive this is an extra stiff shaft, which, you know, in graphite world I wasn't too sure about, and I didn't even know that they made graphites this stiff and this heavy, which in hindsight still isn't super heavy, but you know, whatever. So even though that it's a 120, and you know, holding this in a 120 and then having the same exact setup in the P790s with like a 120 that is a steel shaft, it still feels like the steel shaft is heavier. And I think that's one of the benefits to graphite, is you can have a heavier and stiffer shaft, but it doesn't feel as heavy or as stiff because of the material I believe that it is made of. And apparently what they told me was the graphite shafts will help reduce injuries, especially like the compact with the ground and elements with the elbows and joints and things of that nature. It's supposed to reduce that. I'll be honest, I didn't really feel that when I was playing with them. They do feel nice though. When you strike the ground, I guess that's a lie. I guess I do feel them, because when you strike the ground and you hit a ball slightly fat or whatever, you don't feel it as much when you hit a steel shaft. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But mostly me, because you guys know me, I'm a big on aesthetics. I just really like the aesthetics of the shaft. So I put them on and was gaming them for the past almost a year now. So until just recently, clubs started flying off of the head. Now, a lot of people have been hitting me up in the comments and on Instagram and YouTube telling me that the reason why the shaft or the head flew off the shaft was probably because I keep my clubs in the car. And I don't necessarily keep them in the trunk of my car all the time, just because I'm always afraid of like somebody breaking in and stealing my clubs. But I do keep them in the garage. The garage, I guess it does get hot in there, but I don't think it gets so hot to a point where the epoxy should be wearing off. But hey, you know, who knows? You guys let me know if you guys had any experience with this. Have you guys ever experienced your club head flying off of your shaft? I've seen it a lot with drivers, but you know, so it's a little bit of a quick little story time. So now I'm left with either getting these things repaired, and it's not just these that I have to repair. So if I'm gonna repair my clubs, I would have to just take them all in, just make sure all of the epoxy is strong enough so I can continue golfing. It's either that or just buy a new set of clubs. So that's what I've been toying with. That's what I've been trying to decide over the past couple days, and I'm slowly leaning towards buying a new set, just because I think it's about time. Again, these things are 3 years old. I bought these were like my first set of clubs when I first started playing golf, so I'm 3 years in. So yeah, I think it's time for a new set. And I didn't even get fit for these either. So when I went and bought my P790s originally, I guess I did some type of fitting, but I was at the PGA Superstore, and the guy that I was buying the club, that was helping me buy the clubs, he just let me hit a few in the bay and was just kind of telling me which giving me some advice on which ones to go with. He wasn't a fitter, so I don't really count that as being a full fitting. So I didn't get fit for these. Originally what I had, I think the specs that I had was the P790s, standard everything, and then I had 105 weight dynamic gold steel shafts on them. And as I started to progress a little bit and get better at golf, and my swing speed started to get a little better, a little higher, and form and all that, and compression and ball striking started to get a little better, the ball suddenly started going really, really high. Now, a lot of my friends would tell me that's because the shaft weight is something that's probably way too light for me, and I have to go get refitted to see where I'm at in terms of, you know, shaft, lie angle, things of that nature. So like I said, all the clubs were standard, the shafts were standard length, and they were 105s. Then I think they weren't even X stiff. I think they were stiff at the time. So it makes sense why the ball was just going sky high in the air. And when I got into these, yes, it did reduce that just a little bit, but I mean, not really. It reduced it a little bit, but it was still super spinny. A lot of my friends were telling me because it's the graphite shaft and it's super light, and it's, even though it's at a 120 stiff or X, I don't know, stiff, that you're still getting that balloon effect because my swing speed again is way too high for these, quote unquote. So yeah, like I said, I think it's time to get some new clubs. I want to go properly get fitted now. So let me know in the comment section below where I should go get fitted. Because there's been a lot of debate, people telling me to, you know, there's places like the Roger Dunn store to go get fitted, PGA Tour Superstore, you can go get fitted there, or there's other ones like Golf Tech or some of these other ones that I've kind of come up and saw online. So let me know what you guys think. Where should I go get fitted? What are some advice that I should have before getting fitted? Because again, I've never been fitted before, so this will be the first time. And yeah, let me know, give me some advice on what I should be expecting, and what are some of the better fitters out there in terms of store locations, like I said, PGA Superstore, Roger Dunn, Golf Galaxy, Golf Tech, so on and so on. So I don't want this video to be too long, so we're gonna cut it there. So yeah, looking to get into some clubs here pretty soon. So I'm excited about this process of going to get fitted and, you know, trying to become a better golfer and getting some clubs that actually fit to me and not just some standard stuff. So like I said, Shoot me up in the comments. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.